It is insane, the deals out there. We're going to go to Sydney, Australia, and before you say, oh, there's no deals like that where I live, you're wrong. You are wrong. And join my coaching group and I will find you a bike. I guarantee you I will find you a bike in the city closest to you, okay? There's bikes out there all over the world. All right? If it's Facebook, there's sick bikes. And let me help you find one. Let me show you what to look for, what not to get, how much to pay, etc. Cannondale CAD 5, 9-speed Ultegra, Serum SLs. These wheels were literally... This exact model of wheel clincher was used in the Tour de France for many years. Good enough for Lance, good enough for Dobers, good enough for me and you. Durace 10-speed rail on there, 9-speed drive chain. This is a great bike. Looks like a different fork put on there, but it's a great bike. There's those tyres there, still got heaps of life left. A few cracks from the sun, still good to go. All right, $525, a US-made Cannondale, still not sold. This bike probably go for $300. Right, some FSA carbon cranks. This bike's in very good condition. Next up, we have an Avanti Caden, not a bad little bike, $500, full carbon frame and fork. Shimano 105 10-speed, still goes all right. What's it going to go for? Maybe $300. Listed 5 days ago. DT Swiss wheel set. It's not a bad little wheel set there. It's in decent condition. All right. I mean, we haven't checked the fork for Ring of Death. That's what we always have to do before we buy it. But otherwise, even if the fork was cooked, to get a spare 1/8" taper would be pretty simple to do, okay? Giant TCR, look at this bad boy. It's an old T-Mobile doper bike. Doper bike alert. Looks like it's got some Campag record on there potentially. And it's $1,000. This is not going to sell for $1,000. Nice bike, better than the current TCR by far. What's going to go for? Probably about 500 Australian dollars. Got a CAD 7 blurry photo here. This is one of my favorite CADs ever. That beautiful sort of ball burnished anodized blue. I remember in the shop when I worked at the Bicycle Express back in the day in 2004. It's a 2004 model. It was a fantastic colorway. It looks really good in real life. I might even buy this bike. It does have a dent in the top tube, which means it won't go for very much at all, even though it's a really good bike. I'll be checking for Ring of Death. Other than that, killer bike. And the CAD 7 do crack down at the bottom there. But otherwise, we'll check that. Look at this bad boy. Specialized S-Works Ruby. $675, Durace 10-speed 7800 doper bike, doper group set, doper wheels, a bike built for dopers, for doper watts, all right? But I don't want to buy a doper bike. Well, do you want a bike that's designed for high performance? Then you want a doper bike. I'm not saying it should be doping, leave that to Cookie Man and Co, but I'm just saying this bike can handle Lance, it can handle Cookie Man on their peak doping cycles, okay? Just kidding, everyone's natural. Everyone's natural, and Santa Claus is real. This bike here, look, it's got a 54 centimeter Super 6 high mod Cannondale. Mavic Serums, Durace 7800 group set, crappy photo. Back of the Porsche there, this bike's going to go for $500. This dude wants to get rid of it. Obviously, it's a great bike, assuming it's all good. Condition-wise, killer bike. This is better than the current Lab 71 Wank Tank Wank Wax $200 wax chain bullshit that Cannondale's selling now. This bike's way better. I know because I've ridden these bikes. They are absolutely killer. The new ones are a monstrosity with pizza cutters on them. Here we go, little Trek 1.9 aluminium in the Astana colorway. This bike from 2009. And it looks in decent condition, even though the blurry photo, it's got some Bontrager racer wheels on there. They're not a bad little wheel set. This is a great bike, man. This is good enough for this bike, literally, with better tyres in it. I can't tell what tyres on there, but put some GP 4000s on there. This bike would be good enough for Div 1. Literally, I know. I've raced Div 1. These bikes would be good enough for it, okay? BH Prisma 105 11 speed. And it does have a bit of a stem penis in there, so we have to check this fork, make sure it's okay. Shoal Bay, New South Wales, $400. It's still got the Fred ring on there on the back, if you know, you know, and it's got 11-speed 5800 group set in mint condition. All right, this bike, $400. No one's bought it. Look at this bike. It looks like the guy did a keto diet, and it's like, nah, cycling's not for me. See ya. Look at that. It's done a couple of 100 kilometers, man. A couple of 100 Ks. Amazing bike, $400. People aren't touching it. Why? Because it's got rim brakes, and rim brakes is a dirty word in 2023 on a road bike. Next bike, ultralight Cannondale System 6 carbon road bike. This bike was a very expensive bike back in the day. It's got the hybrid alloy rear end, the Cat 8 rear end with a Super 6 front end, basically. And it has got a rusty chain on there, which that chain, I'd test it. I'd test it with my little KMC digital chain checker, see how it's going, and then just put some squirt lube on there, give it a clean, good to go, good to roll, okay? And you can get this bike for maybe $200. Get it, you know? I mean, I would drop it out in my bike mechanic so I could suss it out, see if it's all good. But look at this thing. That physique saddle, absolute prostate pounder. I'd skip that. Put that on the Facebook. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Anyway, it comes with 3 tubes, $450. No one's taking it. It's just going to sell cheaper. And when you do barter a bike, there's some special things you should say, all right? Don't just throw the low ball in there. You got to negotiate a bit. Anyway, if you want to get one of these bargain bikes, join my coaching group. This bike, literally cleaned up with a Pro Tune from Durianrider or someone else, would be better than the current Tour de France bike that Canada will release. Guarantee you.